Welcome to How to Be a Host podcast. And joining me today is a incredible man, friend, and veteran in the industry. I want to welcome Hardy Vibert. Welcome, Hardy, to the show. How you feeling today?
Feeling good. Did work last night. Had a few cups of coffee. I'm awake, and thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure. It's been a long time coming. We finally made it happen, and we are definitely here.
Definitely, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, likewise. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Let's start with your background. You know, you've been in the industry for nearly a decade now, or over a decade now. So tell me more about your background. Like, how'd you get here?
So, hospitality, I sort of just stumbled on it. Moved to LA from Boston, Massachusetts. And then I was just working, going to school a little bit as well, too. Eventually stumbled across nightlife. All started at a Playhouse nightclub.
I remember that.
Back in the day. And from Playhouse nightclub, I pretty much had a few mentors back then that were just giving me the ins and outs about nightlife. Two of the main ones was Rob, which was the owner of Playhouse, and then Igor as well. That was a catalyst of introducing me to a whole bunch of people in the industry.
Right.
To help me catapult to different venues, meeting so many people, and also, you know what I mean, just giving me the proper training of how to accommodate people in the best ways, and also how to accommodate clients in the best ways as well, too. So, but started from there. And then as time went on, met other owners of other venues. Clientele just blew up. Playhouse was pretty much my starting grounds. That's where it all started for me. And then from there, went to different venues, One Oak nightclub, Project nightclub, Supper Club, went everywhere. And now I'm pretty much at my main venues who I have contracts with, which is Tao Group Hospitality and Warwick nightclub.
Wow. Those are a lot of big name venues you mentioned. Yeah. Wow, it was very impressive. You know what's really bizarre to me is that I think half of that list isn't even here anymore.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Like, half of it's gone. So many memories were made, but yeah, half of those venues are gone now. It's crazy because I think the lifespan of most venues, especially in Hollywood, is probably maybe 2 to 3 years, to be honest with you. But Playhouse, and they did maybe 2 to 3 renovations. They were here for quite a while as well, too. I think Playhouse were they were doing like maybe 10-year or 11-year anniversaries, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think they had to be the longest run.
Yeah, they were definitely the longest. And then now, currently, I'm at Warwick, and we've done, I think, 12 renditions now.
Wow.
So, yeah, and we're still going. We're still kicking there.
Yeah. And you know what? We're definitely going to get into that. I'm very curious about that. But for the listeners, though, you know, you and I, we've been promoting for a while, so we know what promoters do. But can you describe to us, like, the role of a promoter? Like, what do we do?
So pretty much what we do is we bring patrons to the venue, people, friends, just people that just want to party. Some do it, you know what I mean, organically by going out, going to Venice Beach, Santa Monica Beach, getting people, explaining to them they work in nightlife, pass out their business card, bring them to the venue. And then also we bring clients to the venue as well, too. Yeah. So we bring clients, typically high-end clients that spend a lot and, you know what I mean, that want to spend maybe between, I'll probably maybe say 1 to maybe 5K on tables. Okay. So, you know what I mean, that want to party, bring friends out. We just pretty much bring people, clients. Birthday parties is the main thing that we always do as well too. Okay. Those I would probably say is the catalyst for a promoter. Birthday parties, celebrating your birthday with your friends at a venue is so memorable, and it creates so much memories for just that person. They remember it for years, and also they tell their friends as well too. It also brings you more business as well.
Right.
So we generate revenue for the venue through the bar and clients. Bar, obviously, everybody wants a drink. So,
Right.
yeah, they come out, and drinks at the venue are not cheap, obviously. So you could probably pay between $10 to maybe $20 for a single drink at the end of the day.
Okay.
A single patron probably spends on any given night, probably a minimum of $50 to $100 per person per night at the venue. Yeah. That generates a lot of venue. And then also table service. So you have high-end clients that want a VIP section, table in the nightclub, and they want to spend, actually, half the time, they don't even care about the minimum. They just want to have a good time, good ambiance, and just spend. Some of them, obviously, want to showboat, and they want to buy a whole bunch of champagne. They want to go crazy, and they just want to have a good time. So that is our catalyst right there. That spend typically makes or breaks the club at the end of the day. Because those tables, if you think about it, we probably have maybe about like 20 tables in the venue, and you sell each table for a minimum of $1K to $2K each, you could generate some good profit there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also, let me not forget the company buyouts. So venues as well, they have buyouts from various companies that just want to book out the venue and throw their company party as well. So they just automatically just buy out the venue for that night, and that generates central income for the venue.
Wow. And so these company buyouts, these are like brand activations, sponsorship deals.
So think about Red Bull, and also modeling companies as well, agencies. It varies any given night.
Wow. Okay. So does that fall under the purview of a promoter? Do they bring in these brands?
Yes. So a lot of promoters, especially if you hire very well-connected ones, they'll be connected with these agencies as well too. And they simply just get us in contact with them, and then we just lock it in them, and that's pretty much it.
Wow. So that must be very lucrative for a promoter who can bring in like those big brand deals.
Exactly. Yeah. That's key. Me, myself, I've brung in a few modeling agencies. No big, I'll probably maybe say massive drinking brands, but those are key though. The alcoholic brands, they'll buy out the venue sometimes weekends and just throw the parties there. Yeah. But I've brung a few different modeling agencies. That's pretty much it.
And okay, that's really interesting. So I'm curious though, because when you're talking about these brand deals, in my head, that translates into like really big numbers. I guess from what I've always understood, that the nightclub business is a tough business, and those margins for a nightclub operator are really tight.
Very tight.
But when you bring in those brand deals, right, that kind of offsets a lot of that, right?
Correct.
You're seeing higher revenues from that. So how much of that goes to the promoter then, if they bring in a big brand deal?
So pretty much with hosts, most of them will just set up either a percentage or flat rate. Honestly, if I would set it up, to be honest with you, at times it all matters the company. To simplify it, I would probably just do a simple flat rate. So call it easy, simple flat rate. Sometimes if it's a massive company and you work out a percentage, that's absolutely amazing for you. But typically half the time, I would just do a simple flat rate, just to call it a day from there.
Okay. Out of curiosity though, like how much we talking for like a deal like that?
It varies the company, but it's all up to their budget at the end of the day. To just throw some numbers out there, sometimes buyouts could be upwards to 40, 50K.
40, 50K.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also, I mean, you have to minus whatever the club's cost at the end of the day, what they pay the waiters and stuff, and just having the venue open and all the rent and stuff. You take that all away, and it's pretty profitable.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I mean, yeah, that's a massive chunk size.
Yeah.
For one night. Yeah. No, that's really good. Okay. I want to segue a little bit into, your company. You're the founder of PHH Promotions.
Correct.
And you've done quite well for yourself. Can you talk to me about what that's all about? What does your company do?
Yeah, so PHA stands for Premier Host and Hospitality. So pretty much the white glove treatment excelled. Um, just taking care of hosts the best we can, accommodating them when we can, finding them the best venues, and also working with the best venues as well too. That's one thing in Hollywood. Sometimes you might have some good venues, but then also, you know what I mean, it's just the vibes aren't good in there. Sometimes the clientele doesn't like the vibes in there. So really working with each clientele, you have to figure out, okay, what's their niche? What atmosphere do they really like at the end of the day? And then just finding them the best venue. And also on top of that, dinners as well. Those are key at the end of the day. We're connected with majority of the high-end dinner venues in LA. So we could also connect them there with ease as well too.
Right. And you know what? The dinner scene here in LA has been elevated over the years recently. I've seen like the restaurant scene here really exploded, especially in the recent maybe 3, 4, 5 years.
Oh yes. It's gotten much better.
How has like that dinner scene like impacted the growth of your business?
Massively, absolutely massively. Back in the day, I think you probably maybe, when I say back in the day, I'm probably thinking maybe like 2015, 2016, 2017, you probably maybe only had 4 or 5 good venues that you could probably take your clients out beforehand to go out to the nightclub. Now I'm thinking, now in LA, you probably have maybe about close to maybe 7 or 8 options that typically A-list celebrities would go to, and the ambiance is absolutely amazing. Wow. So it's mad. To name a few, I mean, you have the Hideaway in Beverly Hills, you have Lavo Restaurant, you have Tao Restaurant, Beauty in Essex, I was just there last night, Catch LA, Catch Steak, right. Nobu, of course. I mean, just to rattle off a few. But, I mean, it's gotten way better from back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, honestly, these days when you go to dinner, you kind of almost feel the ambiance resemble a nightclub.
Yeah, and that's actually what I think most restaurants are turning to right now. They're trying to capture that nightclub vibe, so you stay there longer, so you actually, there's no need to go to the nightclub after.
Right. Is that a trend that you see is going to be here to stay, or is that really popular now?
In LA, I mean, it's tough because LA nightclubs close at 2.
Yeah.
So if you really want to enjoy your time at a nightclub, you just got to go to dinner and then quickly, you know what I mean, book the dinner early and then leave the dinner probably maybe by 11 to head to the nightclub to like enjoy the nightclub and enjoy your time there. In places like Miami, nightclubs don't close till like 5 out there.
Right.
So you could actually go to the restaurant and actually enjoy, you know what I mean? Kick back, relax, have a really good start of the night. And then when the restaurant starts ending, easily just, you know what I mean, gradually head over to the nightclub and then take the night on from there.
Right. I feel like because things close at 2 in LA, and that's unfortunate.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's like we're forced to cram our night and just squeeze it all in.
You honestly have to cram it in, I think, to maybe about like 5 to 6 hours. You almost have to start your night around probably 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Knock the dinner out right there, and then, you know what I mean, hopefully get into the venue. You make it to the venue, get into the venue with ease, and then have a good time. And then obviously we start literally ending the venues around maybe about 1:40, 1:50. And then 2 o'clock, everyone's exiting.
Right. And as long as you plan your night like that, you can get a real full night in.
Oh,
right?
yeah, no, you can have an absolutely amazing night. But if you're used to like the Miami nightlife and you come to LA, it might be a shocker.
Yeah, I imagine. I for sure can imagine. But you know, I've seen what you've done. I've seen you in action.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very unique brand of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, what was your thought process on designing, you know, the hearty Hollywood that we all see?
So my main thing is associating myself and the company with venues that can accommodate my clients to their best abilities. That could have the best atmosphere, they could have the best time, and also take care of me as well at the same time. Sometimes venues, they'll just look at you as, just like another host, at the end of the day. But I made sure that prior to locking in these venues and prior to working with them, that they would treat me and my clients pretty much to the full effect. So I could pretty much take that and also transfer it over to the client as well and take care of them.
Wow. And, you've done such a great job at doing that.
Trying.
I think, for every encounter I've had with you, it's been a pleasant one.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So I can only imagine what all your clients feel like.
Yeah.
You really treat everyone with that level of respect.
Exactly. And treat everyone the same. I try my best. And I think earlier we were talking about communication when it comes to, just taking care of the clients. I will answer your text message. If I'm not flying, I will answer your text message as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main things, even if it's not good news, like let's say the venue's sold out or it's packed or, just any news, I will always get back to you and try to accommodate you the best I can.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen that firsthand.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Of course, for years now.
Yeah.
It has to have been a decade now, right?
Yeah, it has to. At least over that.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, because I established my company in 2014.
Wow.
So years now. My gosh, time flies.
Yeah, you are still going strong. So
thank you, man.
Hats off to you.
Trying my best. It's crazy, man, because, you even know, it's like half of the people in nightlife when we started, they're all gone now.
Yeah, they're all retired or moved on to other things.
Yeah, I'm still here kicking it. Maybe I got a few more good years ahead of me.
Look, the industry needs veterans like you to lead it, forward,
man.
Right?
Thank you.
So you always have my support. I think, you're one of the good professionals in the industry that, I always return to and rely on.
Thank you.
But that leads to my next question, because I know you work with a lot of venues like Warwick, Tayo, the Highlight Room.
Yep.
But you seem to have a special relationship with Warwick.
Yes.
Can you describe what your relationship is with them?
So Warwick, I've been working with them, I want to say it's been about 7 years now. Ever since I started the relationship, they have always taken really good care of me. And in life, you have your ups and downs. Even through the ups and downs, they were there for me at the end of the day. And they just take really good care of me. And so pretty much 7 years with them. And as you go up in nightlife and, you get the bigger clientele, you get options with the venue to get a percentage and stuff like that, higher percentage, obviously higher flat rate. And out of all the venues, they have taken care of me the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And, I guess loyalty really pays in this case.
Of course. I don't want to get too much in the numbers,
right.
But yes.
Right.
If you're a host, I recommend if you have a venue that you've worked with and they've taken care of you and your relationship with them is amazing, stick with them. It does not help jumping from there, jumping here, jumping to whatever's new, that does not help.
Yep.
Stick with them, nurture that relationship, have that relationship grow, and trust me, at the end of the day, it will pay off.
Wow, that's really sound advice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, Warwick, honestly, that's one of my favorite LA spots.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I always come.
Yeah, you do.
I always have a good time there. But they also do a really great job at reinventing itself, with the remodels, which seem to happen yearly, I think.
Yes, yearly we do renovations. So pretty much we do renditions every single year, take out everything, absolute remodel.
Wow.
So the clients and everyone, they could just have a brand new feeling. Same space, same name, but different feeling, different atmosphere. We just keep leveling up every single year.
Wow. I mean, that's a a lot of effort, but it's paying off.
Exactly.
Definitely paying off.
Yeah.
But I'm curious though, like, how's that played a role in keeping Warwick fresh and relevant to the younger Gen Z audience? Do they care about those remodels?
Yes. So pretty much with nightclubs, as I think I stated before, I think it was off topic. Nightclubs in LA probably have a lifespan of, I want to say, about 2 to 3 years. So you have to keep it fresh at the end of the day, not only for your brand, for the guests as well too, because new generations are coming in. New generations keep coming in. And not only when we do the remodel, we also hire brand new hosts as well. And as new hosts come in, we hire them, and new hosts go out at the end of the day. So whenever we do the renovations, brand new venue, brand new people, brand new crowd, brand new DJs as well too.
Right.
It's just ultimately just a brand new refresh for everyone at the end of the day.
Oh, wow. So, like, there's a real strategic overhaul that happens.
Yes. And it's much needed. And honestly, I would wish that some venues would copy this model as well, too. But I guess it's our magic sauce at the end of the day. But some venues, they just stay the same people, same thing over and over every single year. But they really don't realize they're slowly, unfortunately, just dying out, just slowly. So unfortunately, it happened to many venues in Hollywood. But yeah, a remodel is needed at the end of the day. So with all the capital you make sure they're taking some of that money, putting it to the side. And then when time comes, when you get the feeling after a year or a half, make an absolute remodel, close down for 2 to 3 weeks, make an announcement, let everybody know what's going to go down. And then boom, you open it brand new. It feels like an absolute brand new nightclub.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I've seen that. I've seen you guys actually implement that a few times, and it always feels that it comes with that fresh energy every time.
Yes.
I did not know about the whole restaffing though, so that's really interesting. That was really, really interesting. Because I think recently I came to Warwick and I was just like, man, you know what? I used to know everyone, but these are a bunch of new faces everywhere.
Yeah, brand new crowd, younger people.
Yeah, I was like, Hardy, who are all these new people?
Even I feel like I'm like, who are these people? I'm just like, what did we do? Yeah. But it's good at the end of the day. You know, it's the new crowd, the new young promoters, the new me 10 years ago that we're hiring, you know what I mean, that we're building up at the end of the day. Because essentially at the end of the day, you know, I know I can't do this forever. And obviously the people around me that were partying with me back in the day, they're not partying anymore.
Yeah.
Most of them move on. They have kids. You know, it's life. They just grow up. We have to get the young, fresh crowd back in there just to let them know, like, we're here to stay and we're here for you and we have the best atmosphere.
I love that. It's very innovative. And I think, you know, a lot of businesses could take this blueprint, not just, you know, nightlife. I think it transfers over into most consumer brands, if you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
As demographics age out, you want to think about how can you appeal to the next demographic coming in.
Exactly.
Right? And I think Warwick has done such a great job at figuring that out in nightlife to stay relevant year over year. And I'm not going to lie, that's really impressive.
Yeah. Hopefully we keep it going at the end of the day. So, you know what I mean? We just got to keep it going. New renditions, hiring new hosts, keeping us relevant. And just in doing that, you know what I mean? You still attract A-list celebrities that just come. Robin Thicke always comes by.
Wow.
Busta Rhymes was there the other day. Who else? I mean, the list just goes on.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. So like what other techniques are you using to appeal to these Gen Zers? You know, how are you getting these Gen Z party goers in the door without alienating the millennials that still want to come out?
Social media. That is key. Social media, attracting them. Some of it is word of mouth, but I'm always out there whenever I do events. I'm very welcoming when it comes to meeting new people. At times, especially with nightlife, ego can be a massive issue. And the thing is with me, I always push ego to the side. I'm very welcoming. I always introduce myself because you don't know who's going to introduce you to who.
Right.
So That's pretty much how, you know what I mean, I meet the younger crowd. You got these young, eager kids that come into the club. They're like, oh, I want to meet you. I want to meet you. I introduce myself, exchange numbers, small talk. And then soon enough, most of them's like, hey, I actually want to get into nightlife. I want to get into promoting. Then you give them a try, and sometimes they ace it. Sometimes they're like, you know what, maybe this is not for me. But at the end of the day, they love trying it out. And before you even know it, you got a new little team that you just assembled, and now new little promoters working.
Oh, wow. So,
Yeah.
okay, so this trial period that you give them, can you explain that? Like, what does acing it look like?
So, don't drink a lot. One of the main things, don't drink a lot. Make sure everybody is having an amazing time at your table. Hosting, birthdays are key. Some hosts get that at the end of the day. Bringing a fresh new crowd every other week. Just showing an overall good time, and it'll show. You'll see them from a distance. You'll see the table. You'll see them having a good time, talking, laughing, and at times it'll intrigue you. Like, maybe I'll go over there. I want to have some fun. You'll be able to recognize the keys of a solid host that loves what he does and actually takes it seriously.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have hosts that'll go into it, they'll just go in only for the girls, which is not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some guys, they want girls at the end of the day, so they just do it for the girls. But ultimately, that they're going to get sick of that. You know what I mean? Or they're going to eventually find the girl that changed their life.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you want to find one that just has the host mentality, and they just want to show a good time for everybody. They want to keep it safe and just, just show them a good time in the nightlife.